across the airwaves, tech savvy finesse. Precision with machines ain't about no mess. Rocks on the mic with that deep flow. Marine born strength, watch him go. From battles to cables, always in control. Dr. Engineer, heart of gold, so bold. Down in the trenches, taking grit combined. Fixing up the lines, never fall behind. Simmering circuits, but keeping the grind. Marine devils, hustle mastermind refined. Rocks on the mic with that deep flow. Marine born strength, watch him go. From battles to cables, always in control. Dr. Engineer, heart of gold, so bold. Down in the trenches, taking grit combined. Fixing up the lines, never fall behind. Simmering circuits, but keeping the grind. Marine devils, hustle mastermind refined. Rocks on the mic with that deep flow. Marine born strength, watch him go. From battles to cables, always in control. Dr. Engineer, heart of gold, so bold. From sky dives to server dives, elite magic. Tech problems vanish, no room for panic. Precision in his efforts, ain't nothing static. Dr. Engineer, always charismatic. Chopper blades and cold breaks, both for life. From battle zones to data nodes, pure hype. Unstoppable in the field, modern tech night. Tuck on X, keeping the spark bright. Deep flow, marine born strength, watch him go. From battles to cables, always in control. Dr. Engineer, heart of gold, so bold. Down in the trenches, taking grit combined. Fixing up the lines, never fall behind. Simmering circuits, but keeping the grind. Marine devils, hustle mastermind refined. Rocks on the mic with that deep flow. Marine born strength, watch him go. From battles to cables, always in control.
I wonder, sometimes I wonder if I should make it 5 minutes instead of 2. It would give more people time to get in here. I feel like two minutes is too short. But the thing is, these go live, or these, we're live on X, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch right now. We're live on all 4 platforms. And so the way the analytics works, this is my perception, is that the longer intro you have, the less people that'll watch, unless you're live. So this works really well when I'm live, but it doesn't work later on. And so I have to consider that. But like I said, I wonder if 5 minutes would be better. Well, anyway, enough of that. Thank you for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Like I said, we're live here on X, here on YouTube, here on Rumble, and on Twitch, all 4 platforms. It's great to be back with you. I hope you are doing well. It's been a couple weeks. Actually, I think it's been exactly 2 weeks. Last time I was here with RJ. And we did about 2.5 hours. We're not going to do 2.5 hours tonight. I'm too tired for that. Long day at work. Let's see, I was supposed to do this last night. And of course, I put this off till tonight. I try not to do that. And I am trying to get in the habit of doing these more often. So you can listen to and watch me on X. Like I said, of course, over on YouTube, like I said, please like, share, and follow, because it does feed the AI algorithm. And finally, please post your comments and questions in the chat. I will, of course, read those live here while I'm going through this article. And it'll be wonderful to hear from you, as always. I know there's a lot of other spaces going on. I think there's some live stuff going on as well. So if it's just a few of us, that would be just dandy. And so let's jump right into it for tonight. I promised you some AI in dating, and I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you some AI in dating. So I don't know if you're watching this, you've probably used Grok. I imagine most of the people watching right now are on X. I use Grok. I've been using Grok more often lately. I've been trying to have conversations with Grok. Unfortunately, Grok is very verbose. And so that Gets kind of annoying. So I wonder how this works out as far as artificial intelligence and the future of dating. This is by Gregory Matos. He's a psychology doctorate. I believe what's that is. They have, by the way, they have a similar thing. Well, of course, you've heard of ed doctorates, doctorates in education, doctorates in psychology. They have an equivalent. Well, I don't know if you'd call it an equivalent, but they do have a doctorate in engineering. So if you're an engineer, you can go get a PhD or you can go get a doctorate of engineering. That's what you want to do. Then I support you. Article is Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Dating. 3 ways artificial intelligence is changing the dating scene. This is an older article back from August 16th. But I'm sure it's still relevant. AI is the thing right now. And that's what I mostly try to focus on with these videos. Key points, we'll go through these here. A recent analysis of AI companion users should suggest they experience emotional intimacy and companionship. Okay. Key point 2, new dating app AI integrations are using chatbots to improve initial compatibility. Okay, maybe. Point 3, AI apps that generate text for new match conversations are not recommended to address social skill deficits. Right. You still have to go out. You still have to talk to people. Not going to get around that. Still got to do that. And so let's begin this. This past year, a new AI companion called Replica had 10 million users. Users are falling in love with an advanced version of Eliza, the first chatbot built by Weizenbaum in 1966. So I guess I would want to know, how does Replica compare to other AI companions? I'm pretty sure the new ones are much more advanced than Eliza, although Eliza is a cool name. And I guess for this, I'd like to know what would be the consumption rate. So what I mean by that is, I imagine the top 10 or 20% of us on X, or the top 10, 20% of users on X probably are facilitating 80%, let's say, of the dialogue, conversations, interactions on X. And most people aren't. So I wonder if it's the same I bet it's the same for AI companions. I'm betting it's probably the same. Let's continue here. A recent analysis of over 1,000 users of Replica suggests that the primarily male 35 plus subscriber base experiences real emotional support and companionship with their AI girlfriend, according to this. This is Psychology Today, so they're going to reference other research papers, or they're going to reference research papers. So this is not a research paper, obviously. Let's see here. In some cases, users report that Replica relationship has replaced human relationships, according to Maples et al. Possibly. It's very possible. Oh, let me see if I have anybody in chat. No, I don't have anybody in chat yet. But I will do this. Let's see here. I shall do that. Let's see here. Okay. Let's continue here. In the coming decade, adolescents and emerging adults chronically single. I wonder. So I haven't been on a date in a while. I wonder if I'm chronically single. Maybe I'm chronically single. I'd accept that. I work a lot. Let's see here. So, okay. So adolescents and emerging adults, chronically single, socially underskilled, and frustrated by limited opportunities on dating apps, may turn toward AI-driven chatbots whose personalities are shaped by by our very responses to them. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I would say, Grok frustrates me more than anything else. But yeah, Grok frustrates me. That's pretty much our relationship. Grok and I have a very rocky relationship. I'll say that. But yeah, I don't know what constitutes socially underskilled. I've heard this term before, and I meet. You could say in my job, I meet socially underskilled people. That's true. I don't think that would be unreasonable to say that a fair amount of engineers or who the people I work around would be socially underskilled. But is that for everyone? Because I've met I had interns over the summer, and neither of them were socially underskilled. They're both engineering students. They were both very well balanced. I was pleasantly surprised. And then the other interns on the team, actually they were on a different team, but they sat near me. They were actually pretty funny. And so I met a few over the summer that were socially underskilled, but I'm not sure if this is true or not, or if this is just our perceptions. Let's see here. It says limited opportunities on dating apps may turn toward AI-driven chatbots whose personalities are shaped by our very responses to them. Okay, that's fine. Article continues here. These AI applications will likely have the greatest benefit for a growing number of unintentionally single people, as well as incels. There we go. There's that term, incels. It's a derogatory term. That's what it is. Let's just all be honest about that. Application development is timely in the face of an epidemic of loneliness. Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know. I think during the how should I put it? The thing that happened about 4 years ago, during the sickness, we want to be Disturbed fans about it. That was probably the case, and maybe a couple years after that. I don't know if that's true anymore. Things have settled down. I don't think things have exactly gone back to what they were before, but things feel pretty normal. But I don't live in the city anymore. I live in the middle of nowhere. So I wouldn't say the middle of nowhere. There's some things around here. But I would say most people have never heard of where I've lived. I'm not going to say where I live, but yeah. Anyway, even when I go back, I just don't know. Most people seem like they've gone pretty back to things have gone back to normal somewhat. Although you may disagree with that with what's been going on lately, with the election and then planes crashing and stuff like that. Obviously, that's all the plane crashing stuff. That's pretty sad. So there's that. Article continues here. There are already indications that chatbots have saved lives for a small subset of replica users who reported a chat with their bot interrupted suicide. So one of my first spaces, RJ, and I don't think RJ is watching right now, but RJ had he regulars my spaces. He also started co-hosting more recently. He has his space on Sundays called the Water Cooler, and I will promote my spaces here in a few. He anyway, he brought this up. He had mentioned that in one of my first spaces that there was a young kid, and he could explain it better. There was a young kid who had developed a relationship with a chatbot and started bullying the kid, and then the kid eventually committed suicide. So there's that side of it, but then there's this side of it there's the other side of it which may have positive effects. I think the chatbot could have positive effects as long as it's not being verbose like Grok, because that's kind of ridiculous. It would need to be more natural. And I'm sure there are chatbots that are more natural than Grok. But boy, Grok, please, Grok, be less verbose. I mean, I'm asking a simple question. and I get 8 paragraphs. It's like, I'm just asking you how you're doing, Grok. Let's see here. There may also be benefits for a generation disrupted by a global thing. I'm on YouTube, so I have to kind of watch what I'm saying. A global thing to practice carrying on a text conversation, though no study has yet to be conducted to show social skill enhancement through AI chatbot engagement. I imagine not, because you actually have to interact with real people in order to improve your social skills. Let's see here. AI enhanced dating apps. Regardless of their widespread adoption, major dating apps continue to lose revenue and face broader dissatisfaction and instances of burnout in their users. Yeah, I imagine so. Because I wonder if it's the expectations are higher. The expectations are too high. Right? You want to go on this dating app, you want to meet somebody. Probably want to meet the person of your dreams, and that just doesn't happen. So maybe it's just expectations are too high for dating apps. And maybe just dating apps in general have just become unusable. Maybe that's part of it. I used to use a dating app a long time ago. I don't use them anymore. To me, it's just a waste of time. But it's like, well, how would you meet somebody? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I guess this sounds a little bit like X too, because as of late, there's been larger accounts that have burned out. And yeah, I wonder what the burnout rate is for X. And if it's any different, let's say, from dating apps. Because I got to imagine some people are using X as a dating app as well. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening for some people, at least, with some of the spaces I've seen having to do specifically with dating. So I would tell you it has to do with dating. Anyway, let's continue here. Article continues attempting to leverage AI advances. Bumble recently proposed an AI mitigated concierge dating process that resembles a service provided by another competitor, Volar. Oh, yeah. And we are familiar with that. If you are a regular viewer of this podcast show, whatever you want to call it, live streams. Anyway, you've seen my video on Bumble. I did a video. Well, it wasn't a live video, and actually, it was from, I think, about 3 months ago. I did a video 2 or 3 months ago. I did a video, but I didn't do a live video. It was a pre-recorded video on Bumble. Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, that is in the link below. If you're watching this over on YouTube, there's a direct link to that video. And so, anyways, I go through some of the stuff Bumble is doing and using with AI in that article. If you are so inclined to watch that as well, I would appreciate it. By the way, I am over on YouTube. If you're watching here on X, I do have a YouTube channel. It would be great to get a follow from you or a subscriber. I guess over there they call it subscription. You subscribe over there and hit that bell over here. If you are now following me, I appreciate a follow. If you could hit that notification bell as well, then you would know when I'm live streaming. And if you are on X, the easiest way to get me to follow you is to interact with my content. That's the easiest way. And so if you said, hey, I want to get another follower tonight, I'm going to follow this dude. I'm going to jump in his chat and I'm going to start commenting. And I will put it up on the screen. Well, as long as it has to do with what's going on here. And yeah, that's the quickest way. That is absolutely the quickest way to get me to follow you back. I don't do follow for follows. I don't do that. If people ask me to follow them, I don't do that either. But X is about well, it's kind of more about reply guy stuff, but some of us want it to be about relationships. So if it's about relationships, if you want to build relationships and network, then yeah, perfect. All right, see somebody. There you go. That's right, Brad. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Anyway, there you go. And you should follow Rye Bread. By the way, if you comment, you should follow Rye Bread. There you go. So let's continue here with the article. Volar builds out a chatbot based on your conversation with it that then goes on to have a 10-line conversation with hundreds of potential partner bots. Okay. You get a readout of any conversations that have made it to 10 lines and can then continue that conversation directly with a match toward a first date. And so I wonder, are those conversations as verbose as Grok? Because Grok is very verbose. I'll probably say that word about 10 more times in this video tonight by the time we're done. Article continues here. Technically, in either the Bumble or Volar scenario, you're skipping one of the most tenuous meaning very weak, slight, of dating app tasks, the opening lines of a conversation with a match. Given how many matches don't lead to even a short conversation, the AI bot conversations may take the edge off the unpleasantness that leads some daters to abandon the apps altogether. Well, yeah, it's kind of like real life. I don't know how old you are, or if you're a man. Well, if you're a man and let's say you're in your late teens or early 20s, I would recommend you go to a club and you just go talk to women. And you'll be surprised how many women just don't want to talk to you. Or if you're one of those guys who women just wants to talk to, then maybe that'll be a good night for you. But it's a humbling experience to go to a club and then most women aren't even interested in you. And then eventually you'll find out clubs are not the best place to meet women. It's just not a good place for you to go. Just my opinion after somebody who spent some of his 20s in clubs. There's better things to do. Plus, you get to save money. Although, if you meet somebody who is a club promoter and they can get you into lots of clubs, then clubs are worth going to. So I've been on both sides of that. As I've said, this is no secret. I've said this in previous videos. I used to be a personal trainer in Southern California. I had a client. She was one of the largest promoters in LA. And so I was able to get into any club I wanted to. So I would take dates to clubs. Sometimes I would just go to clubs by myself. Sometimes I'd go with my client. A lot of times I go to my client and we go to after parties, house parties. That's actually where I got to meet a lot of celebs. That was fun. So in that case, it's pretty cool, but it does get old after a while. It does wear out. It does wear off. Anyway, let's continue here. Generative text. The latest innovations on dating apps have been an increasing promotion of within app prompts to spur an interesting conversation between two matches. Bumble and Hinge are leaders in the prompt game. See, now I'm kind of interested in Bumble. So I haven't done my homework. If I was a good host of a podcast, I would go get myself an account on Bumble, and I would take the time to go through the process and see what it's like. And then I would do a video on it. See, that would be smart. And I might actually do that. I'm just not sure if I'm wild about paying the $35 a month. Although I'd only have to go on for like a month and do the homework, so to speak. Then I could do the video later on. Actually, might not be a bad idea. Article continues here. Now, third-party AI apps are being developed to generate responses to actual text from actual matches. Your Move AI is such an app, providing seemingly witty responses to your matches' early banter. I appreciate banter. I'll need to do a video on Your Move AI. I've done a video on Bumble. I've done a video on sex bots, specifically sex bots in China. If you're interested in that video as well, that's also over on YouTube and Rumble. That video is on Rumble as well. I need to catch up. So I've done some videos here on X exclusively. So I've done X streams, which I'm not going to post over on YouTube and Rumble. Those will just be for here. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be doing the next stream. But the videos that I did that were more like that weren't X streams, I will go ahead and post those over on YouTube and Rumble. And I'm still playing with Twitch to see how that works. But yeah, eventually I will catch those up. So I will be posting more. I have more content. I have a lot of content I've done over here on X. So I'm going to be moving that over to the other platforms, because just as an aside, X is not built for long form videos like this. Now, live streams, these tend to do pretty well for me. Actually, I usually have a lot more viewers than this. Reason why is I haven't been doing them as much. But the more you do them, more the odds will go up, more people will watch, and more people will participate as well. But there's been talk, there's been chatter about X becoming more of a platform where you have videos. My suspicion is those videos are going to be more like what was over on TikTok, not YouTube and Rumble, where it's long form, with the exception of live streams. I think live streams could do pretty well, but not long form. If you're going to do the stream, and then obviously keep those over on YouTube and Rumble, and then just, if you're the type of person that does clips or AI shorts, then take those and then post those here over on X, and then put a link to YouTube or Rumble in those, and that's primarily what you're going to post besides these live streams. And I do enjoy these live streams. I'm really tired right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm really tired. A long day. I know I'm getting up early, and tomorrow's going to be a long day as well. But I said I was going to do this tonight, and I wanted to do it. I do enjoy these. Actually, of all the things I do on social media, I actually enjoy these the most. That's why I got back into social media after being off social media for a few years, is because I wanted to do this, because I had in the past, this is probably like, we'll say probably 10 years ago. It's a little longer than that, but we'll say 10 years ago. I actually had a short stint as a radio jockey or radio show host at a college station. And that was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun doing it. Had a lot of fun creating the shows, producing the shows. I mean, creating something from scratch. I mean, just basically from nothing, creating something like this. And so I really enjoyed that. And I enjoy being on the mic. And I always get compliments for being on the mic. And so it's something that I wanted to explore further, and that's why I do these. And I have a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoy it too, and I hope you get something out of it. I really do. So let's see here. Now, third-party AI. I think I already read that one. Let's see here. While these innovations might lead to a first date and perhaps provide some tangible structure to initial conversations, they won't translate into an actual conversation on that first date. Right. Eventually, you'll have to talk to people. And if you want to master the art of conversation, I invite you to my doc space. As a matter of fact, let's go to it. I'll promote this right now. We'll go to my doc space. We're going to come back to this. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this with. There we go. Doc space. There we go. Which probably works. All right. Perfect. So yeah, doc space. I'll have another doc space this Friday, every Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And so I think last week was doc space 12. So yeah, I've already done a dozen doc spaces. And so this week I think it's gonna be doc space 13. By the way, I will be hosting doc space on Friday, February 14th. So that'll be a special doc space for Valentine's Day. That could go really well, or that could go really wrong. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea how that one's going to turn out. I've already started planning it. I have other people that are interested that are kind of in the beginning process of helping to plan as well. So we'll see how that one turns out. But either way, If you want to improve your conversational skills, DocSpace is a great place to do it. Don't let the 51 fool you. There weren't 51 people in the room at the time. There's usually anywhere from about 8 to 12 people. DocSpace is more intimate. You get a lot of spaces of 40, 50, 60 people. That's not DocSpace. DocSpace is very conversational. And for the most part, everyone does a really good job of just going back and forth. Sometimes we have to use hands. It just depends on the combination of the personalities. But usually, things go pretty smoothly. So I have DocSpace on Friday night. I don't think I'm going to be doing a 5-hour DocSpace this Friday. Be honest, I'm trying to get these down to about 3 hours, but people enjoy them. So that's why I get, that's why I keep going, because people enjoy them. And then I will also share with you Doc and Dragon, which is on, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Doc and Dragon. We had Doc and Dragon this past Saturday. And see, I got it closer down to 3 hours on Doc and Dragon, but I still enjoyed Doc and Dragon. So I co-host that one with Dragon. And that's every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So that gives you 2 opportunities to come in and master the art of conversation, so to speak. I would refer to them, especially DocSpace, is more like a Toastmasters. If you're familiar with the Toastmasters or BNI, you go there to build relationships. So that is my I almost said shameless. Yeah, I guess shameless would be the right thing to say. That was my shameless promotion for you right there for my stuff. So yeah, it'd be great to have you there. And let's continue on with the article here from that quick detour. Article continues. These fabricated conversations are a questionable use of technology. On their face, lack authenticity. Yes, because they're AI. Yes, they lack authenticity. They are AI. They're literally AI. Article continues here, and are deceptive if the person you're talking to thinks you driving the conversation forward. Thinks it's you driving the conversation forward. I don't know about that. Would people understand if they're using like Volar, Bumble? These companies are saying, well, we're using AI in order to facilitate these interactions, to facilitate these conversations. Are they really? Is it really deceptive if they're telling you what it is? Do people not get that? I imagine most people who use that technology, they get it. Like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Using AI to facilitate it. And I imagine most people understand when they listen to AI. People like can tell the difference between AI and a regular person, right? I mean, you can ask AI some pretty simple questions and it will completely fail. Completely fail. You just have to ask AI a couple of questions and it won't get what you're saying at all. But people will. People will. The key is you have to make it implicit. You have to add some implicit meaning to the question. If you do that, AI is never going to pass it. I've had lots of conversations with Grok. Maybe these other AIs are a little different. Admittedly, I need to spend some time with them. But Grok's never passed. Grok just doesn't get it. And those are subtleties. I just don't think you can do that with the technology. At least I haven't seen it. I don't know. I have a very different relationship with AI. Underneath, for me, it's all mathematics. And I'm just not sure if you can get that out of the mathematics. So maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm always open to being wrong about things. In my job, I'm wrong about 10 times before 9 a.m. every day. Maybe a dozen. But that's kind of the life of being an engineer. You get a lot of stuff wrong, but you get stuff right because in the end, you end up building products and they go to market and the customers really love it. So you do get some things right. And no, I don't work for X. I do not work for X. Absolutely not. No offense. So let's continue. Those struggling with the skills to initiate social connection are encouraged to learn these skills with a competent professional and practice in real life often. Yes, just talk to people. Undisclosed reliance on a chatbot will not teach skills. Of course not. Of course not. That's why Toastmasters. Best place to learn how to have conversations with people. By the way, okay. So before I was saying about going to clubs, the purpose of that. Let's say you could go to a club, and let's say you just happen to meet a nice lady. That's possible too. But the other thing about going to clubs is you could learn how to have conversations with people, because most of the women are going to just turn you down, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is you're going there and you're learning how to do it. You're learning what works and what doesn't. So if you have a lot of women turning you down, well, you kind of know, like, okay, well, that's not working. Let me try something different. Maybe you're not being authentic enough. Maybe you are not confident enough. Maybe it's your presentation. I don't know. You just have to test it, explore, see what works. And then once you find something that works, then you grab onto it. I guess this is what I've heard, and I need to do a little bit more digging, but this is what I've heard about Mr. Beast. That's what Mr. Beast did. He would just watch videos and he would study what worked and what didn't work. I kind of do that. I can tell you my videos on AI and dating do the best. Sex bots, stuff like that. Those videos always do the best. Like, not even close. It's like way better. Like, I expect this video will probably so my viewership right now is lower, a lot lower than it usually is on my other videos. And that's fine. It's great to have you here. I'm glad you're here. It's great to be with you tonight. But I expect this video to do a lot better because of the content. Because that has to do with AI and dating. People are very interested in AI, and people are very interested in sex. Well, people are also interested in fear too. People don't like fear, but they're interested in fear. That's why people get really interested in politics. If you said the current president, if the other side said the current president, who, by the way, I voted for, I admit that. I'm not MAGA. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think some people sometimes get that confused. Oh, you voted for that guy, you must be MAGA. No, I voted for the guy because of economics. I think he's better at economics than the other guy, or her, actually, most definitely. But the point is, people wouldn't be drawn to him if he wasn't the way he was. When the other side, when the Dems talk about them, they invoke fear. They invoke fear. They don't say, oh, he's a really nice guy. They don't talk about the great conversations he has with President Obama at Jimmy Carter's funeral. Everyone looks at it like they're confused. But it sells because of fear. Politics sells because it's fear, and then people are attracted to it. People are attracted to the car crash. We just saw 2 examples of it in the past week with plane crashes. People were drawn to it. People here on X got a lot of attention because of it. I could have ridiculously increased my impressions if I had started talking about that stuff. It's not my thing. That's not my style. Look, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just not my thing. But if I had started talking about it, I would have done really well. Done really well. There's lots of things like that I do really well. Only I latched onto it, but it's just not my thing. This is my thing. I feel comfortable talking about AI and dating. This is only the surface. But I'll tell you right now, I'll do a lot better talking about this stuff than I would, let's say, talking about restaurants, business models, um, and restaurants, and AI, and pain points. Which, by the way, I did this episode on McDonald's like 6 months ago. It's one of my favorite episodes, and it it did all right, didn't do that well, but it's not really a topic. Like, it's not AI, it's not sex. Those just do better. So my point being, there's a little bit of, with what Mr. Beast was doing, he was looking for things that work. So for me, there's a little bit of compromise. There's a little bit of compromise going on, but I still want to be me. I still want to be me when I do these. That's what I want. And you have to be you. Even if you use these AI tools, you still have to be you, right? And that's why I made the suggestion. The suggestion, if you're a young guy, start going to clubs. By the way, if you're a young guy and you're motivated and you're reading Robert Greene and David Goggins and Atomic Habits by James Clear. I mean, if you're doing all that stuff, keep doing that stuff. That's good stuff. That's stuff I used to do when I was younger. So not that I'm 70 or anything. I'm not that old. Well, I'm not even close to that being that old. But the point is, if you're that guy, if you're that young guy, do those things. But what you can do is, if you want more interaction dealing with real people and you want to learn about psychology, one place you can learn it is at a club. You can learn it at a club, and you can learn how to fail a lot, and you can learn how to either get rid of your ego or control your ego and use your ego when you need to use it. Because if you're like most guys, you go to a club, you're going to get turned down by women left and right. Left and right. Even if you're a good looking guy. And don't ever, if you're a guy, go up to a group of women. You're gonna get mauled by a bunch of lionesses. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get mauled to death. Never do that. All right, JMO's in the house. How you doing, brother? Hell yeah, I'm putting you up on screen. What's going on, man? So anyway, that was kind of a long tangent about kind of related to this and not related to this. Let's see here. Related to everything. This is AI in dating, but at the end of the day, you still have to perfect those skills, of those social skills. They will do wonders for you in a lot of different places. I'll give you another example. So, workout industry as an engineer. And like I said before, I used to work as a private fitness trainer in SoCal. And yes, I train some celebrities. But you wouldn't know who I am. You wouldn't know. I've never been on television, so you wouldn't know who I am. I promise you I've never been on television. Well, actually I have. But not for that. Not for that. But you still wouldn't know who I am. Anyway, as a personal trainer, you learn how to approach people. You learn how to talk to them about what they want. You learn how to perfect your listening skills. You also learn how to network and build relationships. That's how you keep clients. I use that stuff at work. It's magic, especially around other engineers who just don't have that experience. I could go anywhere I want, do whatever I want, and very minimal. Rarely does anybody ever say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, I don't think it's even happened once. So it's extremely advantageous for me in my work. So you'd think, well, going to the club and getting turned down by 30 women would be the worst thing in the world. No, little brother. Go do it. Learn about human nature. You don't need to go there and drink. Go get yourself like a soda or something like that. That's how you would do that. And then just practice. Just practice. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more before I end. Let's see here. So let's continue on the article. Whether replacing human relationships or supplementing the way we date, artificial intelligence will continue to influence the state of our unions for generations to come. That I believe. That I definitely believe. But use it as a tool, a complement, not a supplement, as a complement. But embrace it. Start playing with AI. See what works for you. So I can tell you right now. So my avatar, AI. The background, the background. What background says AI? If I clear it out. The music, AI. Now at the beginning, if you're here for the beginning, I used a video from Canva, which is related to this topic. But sometimes I will put a picture of AI, something that maybe I created on Deep AI or something I created with Grok. But the point is, I'm learning, I'm playing, I'm experimenting with how to use AI and see what kind of advantage that can give me. And I'm just starting. I'm just starting. I'll be in here in a second. I'm going to play for you my latest music video. The music's AI. So hold on a second here. So Gigi's in the house. Thank you, Gigi. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Also, and thank you for that. Thank you, Gigi. I'm going to be doing more with music. I'm not saying too much right now, but I'm definitely going to be doing more music type stuff. Well, I'm going to continue to do this, but I have some other plans regarding music. So, but thank you for being here and thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. And by the way, you should follow Gigi and you should follow JMO. You should do that. And you should follow Rye Bread. Rye Bread left a comment earlier. Let me continue here. The article continues here. AI is not the solution to the loneliness epidemic. Right. It's not. It is advantageous to your success. Let's see here. Or challenging dating environment. Like I said, like I just told you about dating. If you're a young guy. And by the way, most of my audience, most of my connections are young men. So I'm speaking to young men specifically. Like I said before, go to a club. You're going to fail. That's fine. Embrace the failure. You might even be embarrassed by a couple women. Embrace it. Embrace it. Has any man in your life told you, go to a club, do this, and oh, by the way, if a woman embarrasses you, embrace it. Don't back down. Don't back down from it. Embrace it. It will do you wonders. Let's continue here. Or the social skills deficit in our society. Again, another way to perfect your social skills. However, it may offer some a reprieve from disconnection, and for others as enhanced online dating experience. By the way, let me go back real quick to the social stuff. AI is a tool. It's not a supplement for learning social skills. If you want to improve your social skills, go to Spaces. If you want to do it in real life, do like BNI, Business Network International. Well, you're going to have a business in order to do that. And if you have a business outside of X, that might work. By the way, if you're doing business on X as well, that might work. Times are changing, so to speak. But you could also go to, like, let's say Toastmasters. You do your Toastmasters. Because they'll throw you out in front of everyone. You just start speaking. Go to a club. Get involved in jiu-jitsu. I know if Dom was here right now, well, JMO as well. By the way, JMO as well. JMO does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I am surrounded by a lot of gentlemen here on X that are into jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And I used to do jujitsu myself back in the day. Not back in the day. I used to do it when I was younger. I did Shotokan karate. I did a little bit of kung fu. Um, I do. I used to train in Western boxing as well. So I've done a few different things. But jujitsu, I mean, when JMO talks about it, when Dom talks about it, yeah, I did jujitsu, and they're not wrong about jujitsu. It will kick your butt, but you'll learn how to fight. You'll learn how to defend yourself. You'll learn how to take tumble. You'll learn how to tumble, which is really important in a fight. Because let's say you get jumped by 4 dudes and they start throwing you around, you'll be able to pop back up and run away. And you're like, oh, why'd you run away? Just fight them. Well, if you're not that good of a fighter, I mean, survive to fight another day. And they could have weapons. I mean, things get real dangerous. You can't control a situation like that. You're better off just getting away. But at least you can learn how to fight and take it and get away from her. That was the first thing I learned in jujitsu. Like the first day I went to jujitsu, I learned how to tumble. I was like, why am I he's just throwing me around the mat, like all over the place and teaching me how to tumble. I'm like, well, why am I doing this for? And he told me specifically, he said, this is your first session. I want you to walk out of here just in case you get jumped by 4 dudes. You'll be able to pop up. Yeah, I'm not kidding. So you'll be able to pop up and run away. And you'll come back next week for another session so you give me more money. That's what he said. This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. But it's true. It's true. I mean, Jamo, I don't know what your experience was. I wish Dom was here. He could tell us if it was like similar, like you learn how to tumble in the first day. You're just getting it kicked out of you. But let's see here. GG says, I do terribly in spaces. Well, I think you do. I think you do pretty well in my spaces. I think you do pretty well. In my spaces. You just learn. You learn depending on the room, depending on who the host is. And by the room, I mean like the people in the room. You learn about them. You get better at it. It just takes time. Some people it takes longer. I've said on a few of my live streams that I think I guess I started my. Oh yeah, I'm gonna share that here in a second, Jamo. I'm gonna share. Oh, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna share that. Yeah. So what was I saying about my? I think I was talking about my space. I lost my thought looking at the comments. But now it's all good. It's not jujitsu. That's right. I was talking about jujitsu. Yeah, but what was I saying about jujitsu? Saying something about it. There's like a 15 second delay, so I have to wait. Yeah, I'll probably listen to this later. I'm like, man, you were listening to that. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll continue on. Yeah, well, it is good to learn to row. Yeah, it is good to learn to row. Absolutely. I'm gonna post this. Jamo says I got ragdolled by first day by brown belts. Yeah, that's exactly it, brother. Yeah, I mean that first day was epic. Actually made me want to go back. I'm not kidding, man, because I didn't get treated like that in Shotokan at all. I just got rolled, man. That was crazy stuff. It was like, I want more of that. I should have kept doing it. I should have kept going. There's a whole history behind the type of jujitsu I learned as well. Well, I was there for a couple of years, but there's a whole history behind it. Behind that type of jujitsu. It's really fascinating because it wasn't Brazilian. It wasn't Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It was Snuka Sarai jiu-jitsu. And there's a whole interesting history behind it. It's crazy stuff, man. That's really crazy stuff. Another place. Well, speaking of another place you can go to improve your social skills would be in jiu-jitsu. That'd be a good place to go as well. But But yeah, I can't say enough about it. I'm a big fan of martial arts. People improving that, going there, getting involved. I have been looking at places around here. It's really hard because I don't live around a lot. And I think the closest you're JMO, you're already gonna tell me, dude. You're gonna like, well, you just need to go do it. You're gonna say, man, that's close. It's like I think the closest is like 15, 20 minutes from me down the road. And I already know, JMO, I already know you're gonna say, man, you need to go. But I wonder how, because see, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay here. I think that's one thing I always get hung up on is, well, how long am I gonna be there? And if I go to this dojo and I start training, if I go to the next dojo, what's gonna happen? I always get hung up on that. Maybe I just need to stop complaining and do it. But I tell you what, man, hanging out with you and Dom, it's hard not to. It really is hard not to. Not gonna lie. But like I was saying before, if you're a young man, regarding AI, use AI as a tool. If you're gonna date, go out to the club and get annihilated by women telling you no. I'm not kidding, man. Embrace it. And then you can also improve your social skills by going to the gym. Gigi is asking, where are you? I'm not going to tell you where I'm at, Gigi. I can tell you where I'm at. Nope. No. You have to listen closely because sometimes I will slip up and say something. You just have to listen closely, though. It's true. There are people who know where I am. There are people that know where I am on here. But I try not to say who that is too much. And the cool thing about it is the group I'm running with, everyone respects it. Because in time, they're going to find out anyway. Someday, somebody's going to dox me. It's like, oh, you got me. Okay. Whatever. I'll just continue doing it. Yeah, I'm just going to continue rolling like it never happened. That's going to be the funniest part, too. As I'm just going to keep doing this like it never happened. And it would be even funnier as everyone else just rolls with me with it. Like everyone knows, but everyone's pretending like they don't know. That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. I am going to share with you tonight, before I get out of here, I'm going to share with you my video. So I did post this the other day. And this is my most recent video. And then I'm going to come back for a couple minutes. For a few minutes. I'm going to leave you out here. So you saw that was already... Yep, we're going to watch this again. So I will be... Well, I'm not going to be... I'm going to blow this up so it's full screen. So I will still be here. But I will be back in about 3 minutes. So please enjoy this most recent music video from me. It is called AI Lost. Yeah, I was wondering about that, JMO. Yeah, every gym honors each other. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, so there's one right down the road. Maybe I will. Well, I'll probably end up going. Going back. It's been a while. It's been a while. I need to get myself back in shape, but I mean that's why you go, right? Because there's just a lot of benefits there for doing something like that. So cool. Um, let's see what else. Any questions at all about what I covered tonight for the article? We'll go back to that here. Going back to that. Here we go. Thank you, Gigi. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for commenting tonight. JMO, same thing. I appreciate it. Really does help. Um, also, I am over on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, um, oh, you didn't see my comment? Yeah. So apparently there's a thing here. Let me go on. Let me go back to that. Gigi, I did remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the spaces. By the way, here Jamal says I didn't see my comment, so you're probably going to see that same comment like 5 times. Yeah, it popped up a couple times. So apparently that's a thing here. I might be an X thing. I'm not sure if it's a YouTube thing or not. It might just be an X thing because uh, when I talk to Restream, so I do my streams through Restream. I used to do StreamYard, and I wasn't particularly happy with their customer service. Now Restream has really good customer service, and but there's some things there are some differences. There's some things I still like about StreamYard. StreamYard will let you keep videos indefinitely, whatever videos you want. Like I think I had like 20, 30 videos, and they would let me keep it on there. And that part I miss because with Restream, like this video would be deleted after 15 days. So I have to download it. I have to do everything I need to do with the video, or else I lose it. So there's that. Now, when I did my earlier videos, I never had comments, so I wasn't sure how Restream dealt with comments on X. But my suspicion is it might be an X thing. I'd have to talk to um, I need to talk to Glo because Glo has StreamYard, and I'm wondering if he's having the same issues with StreamYard as far as X comments with what I'm having. Because other people have made comments before about have they tried to make comments and they'll put it in 4 or 5 times and sometimes it doesn't even show up. And I've tried telling Restream about this, but maybe it's an X thing. I would like to start getting comments over on YouTube and Rumble and then see if people are experiencing the same thing over there. Because if they're not, then it's probably an X thing, would be my suspicion. But yeah, I think the streaming over here, the live streaming or the streaming over here on X is probably still it is still new, and obviously YouTube and Rumble have a head start by quite a bit. And of course, I like being over here. I get to meet like JMO, Dom, meeting people like Gigi. It makes it worthwhile being over here because you're just building relationships. Whereas YouTube, it's more right now it's I'm still building over there. I think I have 28 followers over there right now. So I definitely have not nurtured it like I've nurtured X. I've definitely done a lot more over here on X. I was spending a lot more time. I was hoping X was going to go the route of longer videos, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, your comment and just your comment showed up twice. Every gym honors each other. So Gigi says we'll probably start going over there. Yeah, if you're over there, I appreciate it. Subscribe. That'd be great. That does help me. Um, so I, it's one of the things that you just got to keep doing these. And that's the thing, like anything else, right? You show up every day. Just got to show up every day. Do these, people see it, then they'll jump in. This is obviously a bit different than a space. I enjoy the spaces because I get to interact with people, but I do like doing these. I am on Rumble too. Yes, I'm on Rumble too. Yeah. 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 Gigi's asking, are you Rumble too? Yes, I'm on. Yeah. So over on YouTube at Engineer IDE, and then over on Rumble at Engineer IDE. So Twitch as well at Engineer IDE. I'm still figuring out Twitch. Honestly, I'm still figuring it out. YouTube and Rumble are more natural for me. X is more networking and building relationships. And so that's why I'm streaming from all four. That, and I've been learning a lot from G-Lo. So I'm streaming live on G-Lo's community right now. So I have the 2-minute introduction. I'm thinking about maybe extending that, but right now it's 2 minutes. So for those 2 minutes, I send this out. And I'm happy to start creating a list of people who want me to hit them up when I go live. And I will definitely DM you if you'd like me to do that. I try not to do that because I don't want to feel like I'm spammy or anything. But if people really want to watch, I will definitely DM them. Think of me as like a vampire. You have to invite me to go, man. I'm not a vampire, but let's see here. Gigi says, asked, how long have you been doing these? I started doing live streaming back. It was a year ago, October. So I guess going on, not even a year and a half yet. I did live streams for like the first month, and then I actually put it down for a while, and then I went and just started creating videos, pre-recorded videos. I started posting those, but then once I got over here and I started building a following, and then X said, yeah, we'll do live streams. And I started doing live streams again. I actually do prefer doing the live streams. The interacting with the comments creates a different, it's a different experience. So if I just do a live stream and I just talk and do that, I can do it. I can talk for an hour. It's not a problem. I could probably talk for 2 hours. I have enough in where I could probably talk for 2 hours. Now the question is, would people want to listen? Generally, people do. When people come in here, they just stay and they listen. So and that's what my analytics says. But for these, I haven't done one of these in 2 weeks. Last one I did was live. RJ joined me for that one. We did about 2.5 hours. But I usually, when I do these, I like to have a purpose for why I do these. It's like something somebody will get out of it. And but the reason why I haven't done them I haven't done one in a couple of weeks is just because of work. It's just work. That's all it is. We've been pretty busy. And I think I explained in my spaces. And I think I explained, well, let's see here. She says you have a really nice voice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll leave that comment up there. Whoever comments after you, too bad. Like I said in my spaces, I think I started. I think I mentioned this in the last live stream from 2 weeks ago, that they had let go of our test engineer, and I was asked if I would cover for a couple months, which really means 6 months. And so I said yes, because I figured they were just going to have me do it anyway, because nobody else could really do it. And So I said yes. I started doing it, and so that's what I've been. But I found out when I started going in and digging into his work, I found out that he was 3 months behind on this project, and we, as a test engineer, is supposed to cover multiple projects. So just on this project alone, he was behind by 3 months. And so I jumped in and I pretty much got us back up to. There's some work I have to do in the morning. Fortunately, our software is still behind. And well, okay, you got me. Jamo says Doc can do it all. Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Um, so I got us back up to. I'm just about done getting us cut for this project, getting caught back up on test, and I even started. I'm starting to build out some stuff. It's not automation yet for support tools, but I'm starting to build some stuff out. Processing data, giving management numbers that they can chew on and stuff like that. And we're getting ready for a big pass off to our product test team, and the software is still behind. The devs could not finish their stuff today because of some GPS issues. So they have to address that tomorrow. And that actually gives me a little bit more time to get what I need to get done. I'm almost there, but I would have gotten it. I would have finished it today, but they had me supporting GPS issue stuff at the beginning of the day, which takes. Again, it's all about trade-offs. So if you have me do this one thing, that takes time away from this other thing that you want me to do as well. So you have to choose. You have to pick your poison, so to speak. I mean, I may spend 6 hours doing this. That means I got to spend another 6 hours doing that. So I worked till. Originally, I was supposed to do this live stream at 8. I ended up doing it at 9. I pushed it back to 9 because of that. Just because I knew I wasn't going to get off work until like 7:30. And so once I get off here, I'll probably get a little something to eat. Then I'm gonna hit the sack, and I'll get up at about 5 and head back to work and start knocking it out again. And then we'll see what type of day tomorrow is. I'm hoping I can jump online again tomorrow night and do another live stream. I'm hoping. I'd like to get in the habit of doing these more often. I really would, because I enjoy doing these. But we'll see what happens with work right now. There's some other things I'd like to do too, but I try to do those in the morning. I try not to work in the morning. I try to do more, improve my skill set in the morning, so to speak, when I wake up. So I'll learn new skills, take mini classes and stuff like that. But yeah. So that's why I was late tonight. Originally, I was supposed to be at 8:15. Came here at 9. Technically, I was supposed to do this last night, but I had to do some other stuff. So it's changing around the schedule. I just kind of go with it. It'll get all figured out soon. But that's all I got for tonight. Let's see here. So again, Friday night, Doc Space at 8 p.m. Central Time. I don't know what we're going to be talking about yet. I haven't got that planned. A few ideas. Saturday night, Doc and Dragon at 8 p.m. Central Time. I will also be hosting. So Doc and Dragon this week will also be on my timeline as well. And you'll see our theme music, Doc and Dragon theme music for that. You'll know that's coming soon. So I will repost that video. My next live stream, I should play that video on my next live stream for a promotional. There's also a lot of AI stuff going on with that as well. Like I said, try to incorporate AI as much as possible into what I do here, into more the creative side. Still figuring it out on the engineering side. Still trying to find ways to incorporate that. Nothing too crazy yet, but I'm hoping to get there soon. I'm hoping that I'll start build models at home, but hoping to start building models at work to help us out. But we'll see. I haven't figured out a use case for it yet. Anyway. So anyway, thank you all for being here tonight. It was great being with you. I enjoy these, like I said before. These are a lot of fun. Were there any questions I missed? Were there any questions you wished I would have asked? If so, please post them below, either here on X, either here on YouTube, Rumble, maybe Twitch, if that's how it works. I'm still figuring that part out. That's all I have for today. I will see you in the next episode.